Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing some pretty interesting analysis and what happened today slash 7-8 hours ago, whenever you watch this video, time ago, is that shadow Pokemon now do 20% more damage and as well receive 20% more damage. So they hit 20% harder, and they also get hit 20% harder. And that has like some really big implications. And the reasons why it has some pretty potentially big implications, may not huge, because it relatively evens out, is that now you can get combinations of stats or effective stats that you couldn't otherwise. Because typically what happens in Great League and Ultra League is that, even in mostly in Great League and Ultra League, is that the attack stat has a bigger influence on CP than defense and stamina, resulting in people really favoring bulky Pokemon. And there's a lot of reasons to favor bulky Pokemon beyond that, but that's the main reason. The other reason is that you're more likely to get to the charge move, which, like, the charge move oftentimes is the one that does the majority of the damage, especially in Great League. But there are some like pretty big implications by doing 20% more damage and receiving 20% more damage as well. So we're going to walk through the top 5 Pokemon that I've identified them, and I guess some of the stuff we talked about. So 20% more damage. We also receive 20% more damage. Allows Shadow Pokemon to be the more attack oriented, with some potential wins and then also loss matchups. So my methodology is I compared the rank 1 shadow and non-shadow Pokemon. So if you're not using rank 1, which obviously for most people, some of these might change, especially some of the notable wins, but the general direction is pretty correct. And then I compared to the entire Great League meta with rank 1 stats. Again, the individual results might change, but the general direction is pretty accurate. And I picked the 5 that had the most changes in wins. Some other ones that, like a notable one that didn't make the cut was like Magneton, for example. I also didn't include any of them that need Community Day or exclusive moves, just because, you can't get them right now. So they may change the list. They may become more important as we take a look at them. So at number 5, we look at Victreebel. And in the one shield matchup, it goes from 262 wins to 279 wins, picking up 6.49% more wins. Some notable wins include Blaziken, which is actually pretty surprising since, maybe because Blaziken does resist with its fire typing, but Razor Leafs basically go from like 8 damage on the rank 1 Blaziken to 10, which is what allows it to eventually KO. Blaziken is pretty squishy. It does pick up wins against Frostlass. Lapras generally does beat Lapras when they're not rank 1s, but when Lapras is a rank 1 versus a non-shadow Victreebel, it's actually able to get to the second surf and KO the Victreebel. And then it's actually able to beat Haunter, despite Haunter resisting with its poison typing. Some notable losses that it would normally won outside the shadow version include Scrafty and Meganium. So, but a lot of really good wins. Number 4, we have Snorlax. It goes from 329 wins to 348. This is Lick, Body Slam, and Superpower. It picks up some pretty great wins. The one that's super close against the rank 1 Poliwrath is the very closest, the Poliwrath, and it has to shield bait with Body Slam and then land the Superpower, and that Superpower just does barely enough to KO, so able to flip that matchup and win switch advantage. It also picks up wins against Venusaur, Lapras, and Celio, but notably it picks up losses that would have won otherwise against Registeel and Skarmory, which is a little bit unfortunate because those are pretty important, especially in the Go Battle League meta. Grotto goes from 260 wins to 279, picking up 7.31% more wins. It has some notable wins against Meganium, and some pretty huge wins against Ice Pokemon, such as Celio, and then as well Frostlass. And then as well, able to pick up the matchup against Bastiodon, which I think is pretty neat. Probably likely shield dependent, because I think it has Body Slam, Energy Ball, but does pick up some notable losses against Snorlax and Melmetal, which is not great. And then at number 2 is Shiftry. Shiftry is already really glassy, but it has very efficient moves, especially Leaf Blade and Foul Play. Foul Play is okay in terms of damage efficiency or energy efficiency, but being able to hit 20% harder allows it to close out some matchups that it otherwise wouldn't be able to. So it goes from 67 wins to 290 wins, picking up 8.61% more wins. It has some notable wins against Steelix, Lugia in the one shield, Umbreon, which I think is absolutely huge. Like, that's a huge win, and as well picking up a win against Fire Spin, Alolan Marowak. A pretty close matchup beforehand. Anyways. But in the rank 1, it actually ends up picking that matchup. It does pick up some notable losses against Gligar and Kingdra, because it's a little bit more squishy, and those Dragon Breaths and Wing attacks are probably more likely the Fury Cutter are going to do some more damage. But Shiftry, a pretty nice Pokemon to potentially take a look and get some more shadows from. And then at number 1, we have Gardevoir, going absolutely insane, going from 276 wins to 314 wins, a 13.77% win increase, picking up some notable wins. Had a lot of notable wins, but these are some pretty cool ones against Meganium, against Frostlass, against Wishcash, and against Celio. Its only notable loss in the one shield is against a rank 1 Swampert, but overall, Gardevoir, you definitely want those Shadow Ralts, because Gardevoir is going to do so much damage with those charms. And Gardevoir is like kind of in the perfect situation in the sense that it's so glassy that it would likely KO anyways from the one charge move. So being able to do 20% more damage with charm and its high attack oriented stats definitely help it be able to charm down against some matchups it would otherwise lose in the one shield. So I am planning or hoping, we'll see, to do versions in Ultra League and in Masters and in general raid and raid challenges. Let me know down in the comment section below if you want me to do those videos. Hopefully I'll have some time tomorrow or later today, whenever you watch this video, in order to do that content. It does take me quite a bit of while to figure out these matchups and do the calculations and figure out the methodology. So I appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a very exciting time, and I'm going to be covering how to optimize the March for especially for people that battle, but for general content as well. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.